Hi Tâm, hi Han, hi Tiny Tâm,
Yep, that's a no.
and Zhao.
It's nice to see.
Are you ready for the countdown?
For the what?
The countdown to the new year.
Oh, countdown. Countdown. I thought you said countdown.
No, I heard countdown. I thought you meant countdown to the push.
Yes, we have a firework display just round the corner from where we live at 9 o'clock. So we'll just pop out there, have a look at it, and then go to bed. Just
That is on
soon
the
after
harbour.
the.
สวัสดีค่ะ everyone. Can you hear me?
สวัสดีค่ะอาจารย์
Yes, Ajahn, we
Hi,
can hear you.
Ajahn.
Swadikap, Ajahn. Swadikap.
Yeah, we can hear you.
สวัสดีค่ะท่านอาจารย์
สวัสดีค่ะ
không chỉ nên mình có thể bắt đầu nhỉ?
Chị Văn sẵn chưa? Chị Tâm sẽ đọc câu hỏi đúng không?
Em có câu hỏi sẵn rồi đó, thì em cứ hỏi thôi, tại vì hôm trước là cũng không chị Hà Nha Trang đã vào đây chưa nhỉ? Chị Hà Nha Trang, ok. Nếu mà vậy thì thôi để chị đặt câu hỏi nhé.
Dạ.
Nhưng mà đoạn sau thì em cứ dẫn bình thường nhé, bởi vì chuyển từ bên này sang bên kia cái âm thanh nó không được đều ấy.
Vâng.
Shall we start? So this is about one talk that Ajahn gave, I think, a long time ago, that Kun Phil brought up on DSG, and then some days ago in the Vietnamese discussion, we were discussing about this, and that was on the subject of knowing Nama and Rupa before knowing about Kusala and Akusala. Personally, I can understand it on general level, but in this Sanskrit, Ajahn mentioned about the Vipassana Jnana, the first Vipassana Jnana, before knowing Kusala and Akusala. So the question arose is that because the understanding of Kusala and Akusala can be developed even before when there's no the Buddha's teaching. So when you talk about knowing the knowledge of Nama and Rupa at the first Vipassana Jnana before knowing Kusala and Akusala, do you mean? So it would be helpful if you can help us to understand more. Thank you, Ajahn.
It seems like there is the understanding of what is kusala and akusala, but in truth, what is kusala? See, not just this is kusala and that is akusala, but what is kusala? Can anyone know before hearing the teachings? What is kusala? Just the story of kusala, but what is it? The kusala itself, what is it? I or what? No one knows what is it. So we just have the idea about the trees, the mountain, and kusala and akusala. But in truth, what is its nature, which is kusala or akusala or apayakata, is there in life from moment to moment. So the one who says that I know what is kusala, I know the moment when it's there, as is it dana or sila, but what is the nature of that which is kusala? Can anyone tell before hearing about the teachings what is there as no one at all? We can say it is kusala, but what is kusala? In truth, the nature of kusala, is it known before hearing the teachings about the reality which is different by conditions? So we can see that it's deeper than we think about it. What is kusala? Does anyone know the nature of it now? That is no one, but it's kusala, Dhamma. So kusala is Dhamma. Who knows Dhamma before hearing the teachings of the Buddha? What is Dhamma? Just the word about what we used to think about. This is Dhamma, then Dhamma is this, and so on. But what is the nature of that, which is kusala or akusala? The truth of it. So without considering, who can think about the meaning of the question, what is kusala? Because someone may say, I know that it's kusala, but what is kusala? Is it right?
Ajahn,
Yes, please.
Ajahn, I have a question, or not a question, but like ask you to clarify one point, which I think it lies behind Tambak's question, and that is before the time of the Buddha's enlightenment, there were people who had attained the jhanas. And I think the question is, how would that be possible if there was not the understanding of kusala and akusala, even though there was no Buddha's teaching present in the world at that time?
So this can be the question, who can? See?
Who can? Those
Yeah.
who, by accumulations, I suppose.
So no need to hear the teachings of the Buddha if it's the understanding of the truth of that. Which we use the word before hearing the teachings, it's good, it's not good. Or another word, it is kusala and it is akusala. But what is the nature of that? What is it? No one thought about it before. And they might think that they understand what is kusala and what is akusala, and they can develop kusala to the degree of jhana. But what is it that is kusala? Or in truth, what is it?
And I think that's the point, that even though those who had developed samatha to jhana had a lot of understanding about what is good and what is bad and the danger of attachment and so on, but no understanding at all of what is Dhamma, what is a reality, which is anatta, not self. So all the kusala and akusala was and is taken for my kusala, my akusala, the others' kusala and akusala. So nothing is known at all about the reality of kindness, the reality of attachment as anatta, unless there has been the hearing of the Buddha's teachings and the very careful considering. So when it is mentioned in the passage that Tam quoted, that there has to be the knowing of nama and rupa before knowing kusala and akusala, it just means that there has to be the understanding of dhammas, what are nama dhammas and what are rupa dhammas. And it doesn't mean that this understanding is separate from the realities, such as seeing and hearing, kindness, attachment. These are nama dhammas, and the visible object, the sound, and so on, which are rupa dhammas. But without understanding what is dhamma and what are nama dhammas and rupa dhammas, what is the distinction between seeing and what is seen, hearing and what is heard, and so on, then just like those before the Buddha's time, all the kusala, all the akusala, all the seeing, all the hearing, and so on, will all be taken for my experiences, my experiencing. So even though great understanding was there when the development of samatha developed to the level of jhana with great understanding at this level of this kind of what is wholesome, what is unwholesome, no understanding at all of these realities as dhammas, no understanding of the distinction between nama dhammas and rupa dhammas. So this is why it was stressed in the passage Tam was referring to, that right from the beginning there has to be the understanding of what are dhammas and what are those dhammas that experience an object and what are those dhammas that don't experience anything, in order to let go of the idea of I and my goodness and my good deeds and so on. Because at a moment of generosity or kindness, there are just fleeting moments of experiencing some kusala, some akusala, nothing belonging to a self, each one gone instantly, dukkha, of no refuge at all, not to be clung to at all, and quite different from the situations we think of, the good situations and the bad situations. So that's why we have to come back to learning and considering and understanding what is Dhamma now. Because without understanding what is Dhamma that is anatta now, there cannot be any understanding of what is kusala, what is akusala, what is anything at all. So that's why it comes back to this moment. So if we talk about a quality like metta, everyone knows metta is good, but so quickly it's taken for mine or someone's metta. This person has great metta. In this situation, they showed their great kindness and metta. But even in the case of the Buddha, metta is a dhamma that arose for a moment and fell away, in truth not belonging to anyone at all. How can there be understanding of the subtle teaching about what metta is, or what attachment is that can follow so quickly afterwards, if there's no understanding of what Dhamma is, and what is Nama Dhamma, and what is Rupa Dhamma, no matter what words we use or what language we use. So I think this is the point. And without the hearing from the Buddha, without reading, considering, listening to the Buddha's teachings, impossible to know the truth about kusala and akusala as realities.
Well, I think we're talking about slightly different things, because I think Tham's original question was about knowing Kusala from Akusala. But I do appreciate the point that Ajahn is making, which is whether there should be the aim of developing more Kusala. Without really as something that may be seen as separate and distinct from developing the understanding of what is appearing at the present moment. And there, of course, there is no question that the value is in the understanding of what is appearing. That development also develops or promotes the development of all kinds of kusala.
So now, does anyone know the kusala and akusala? Is it there now? What is it? Otherwise, we don't have the three ratana as the refuge at all.
Well, as I understand it, Ajahn, that understanding of knowing kusala from akusala can be developed even by one who has not heard the Dhamma. But of course, it is potentially taken for self.
Because even there is kusa right now, but its reality, its nature, is it known now? It's there
Do
arising
you
and
mean
falling.
the nature of the kusala or the nature of the moment of consciousness?
As long as there is no understanding of the truth that it is as it is, see? Can we say that I understand it because it is as it is? Seeing is seeing. Attachment is attachment. Does it appear now as it is? It can appear only to right understanding, which has been developed little by little enough to experience the nature of it. So we learn to understand that now, even we're talking about Dhamma, no one, but what is seen is that which is not known as it is yet. That's why understanding that only intellectual understanding is not enough at all. But it will be firmer and firmer when there is hearing and considering on and on and on about the truth of reality as it is, one by one. If the characteristic of that which is the experience, the chief of experience, does not show up, how can it be known? Memory is there now. It marks and remembers what is seen now. But if it does not appear to right understanding as just a reality, not other reality at all, can it be letting go? The idea of self or I now just marks and remembers what is there right now. So we are learning about the truth of each reality so that there can be letting go the idea of self until it's time for it to be object of direct understanding with awareness. Just one characteristic at a time. Otherwise, we can know just it's kusala, but the kusala does not appear as the object that What is it? It's nothing but a reality which is kusala. No matter it is sati or panya or whatever. That's why we learn to understand the characteristic which is different. Even they are namas, that which experience the object, but in life it appears unknown because it's taken for I all the time. Just know the characteristic, but not understanding the truth of it. Is it clear now, Kuntamba?
Yes, Ajahn. I think it's clear the point about there has to be the understanding of whatever Dhamma, whether kusala or akusala, as Dhamma. Otherwise, it's not the path. For that point, I can understand. Yes, and but I was confused about whether there has to be the vipassana jnana before the knowing of kusala as just a kusala Dhamma.
For example, right now, there can be attachment to the very pretty flower. See, it's known that it's like the object so much, but not understanding the nature of that, which is different from memory or feeling or the citta, the chief of experiencing. See, so as long as it's covered up by ignorance and attachment and even hearing about the truth, but the accumulation of wrong understanding and ignorance and attachment so strong that no matter how many moments it develops little by little to understand what the word means about the truth, it's not enough until it can let go little by little, unknowingly, not by trying to let go, but the moment of understanding itself, letting go gradually in daily life until it's there. Because at this moment, attachment, liking is there to the object, but no understanding that it's just a moment of a reality which likes. That's all. Even we know that it likes is not hatred, but no understanding of the truth of each which is there appearing. Like today I like this or I dislike that at all. No understanding of the nature of like or dislike. As long as it's taken for I and something, how can it appear as just a reality which is different from moment to moment? So what is the absolute truth? Life is only conditioned moment. So at moment of liking something, is there any understanding of it as we have heard now as it taught by the Buddha? Everyone knows about the moment of liking or disliking, but can there be understanding of that reality when it's there? Never at all, if there's no hearing, considering, understanding little by little. So the moment when it appears is exactly the same as no word. At moment of liking something, no word. So at moment of liking is there, and there is understanding, no word, that it's attachment, it's lopa, it's dosa. The characteristic of reality cannot be changed at all, but the understanding begins to understand the nature of it from hearing, considering, conditioned moment of understanding with awareness of that reality, which is there, never be aware of at all before hearing the teachings.
I think in answer to your question, Tam, it's not a matter of no knowing of anything about kusala or akusala, and then vipassana jnana, and then understanding of kusala and akusala. Not like that at all, because the understanding of different realities has to develop from the intellectual understanding, which becomes firmer and firmer, more and more confidence that these are dharmas, no one, nothing. They're conditioning the direct understanding of different realities, but not clearly yet. So it has to develop on and on until it's the very clear understanding of different realities appearing at moments of vipassana jnana. But no matter what the reality, no matter seeing, no matter hearing, no matter loba, the understanding develops little by little, on and on and on, until such moments when realities appear clearly. But the point is that until that point, it isn't the clear understanding of any realities as they are, as anatta. But I think there can be some misunderstanding, like people think that Ajahn is saying, oh, there must be understanding of namas and rupas before there's understanding of kusala and akusala, or so on, as though the understanding of namas and rupas is different from the understanding of seeing now, visible object now, attachment now, whatever appears now. It's not understanding of nama and rupa in a vacuum. It is when there's understanding of seeing, of its nature, different from what is seen. This is the beginning of understanding of seeing as nama. And as Ajahn was stressing, when there is understanding, it's not the words that are of any importance at all, but at such moments of understanding, no doubt about what is meant by nama, what is meant by rupa, no matter what words are used. So the understanding develops on and on, firmer and firmer, until it is clear. And before that, what is taken for kusala or what is taken for akusala, such as attachment, is bound to be taken as my clinging or my goodness.
Thank you, Sarah. That makes sense. Thank you.
So there can be confidence in what we've heard before, what understanding there is. Otherwise, we read something in a different, expressed in a different way, and then there's doubt, oh, maybe it's different from what seems apparent at this moment of what we've heard and considered. But actually, it's just what we have always heard and considered about how the understanding has to develop, and it has to be the understanding of different dhammas as dhammas, not as anything, not as anyone, not as situations, not as stories, such as an act of giving, but moments of goodness arising and then gone, anatta, not belonging to anyone. Otherwise, before that, and before hearing the Buddha's teaching, it's always my good deeds, someone's good deeds, or my bad deeds, or my bad speech, for example.
Yes, and because the other day when we were discussing this, Kun Ha was also very interested in the topic, so maybe I can ask her whether she has any additional question.
Dạ, con xin kính chào Achan cùng cả nhà. Dạ, con hơi muộn tí cho nên lúc đầu thì con chưa có nắm được cái ý giải bày của cả nhà, mà con cũng có một cái thắc mắc là tại vì trong cuộc sống hàng ngày và được học á, thì con thấy cái sự liên hệ trong cuộc sống á, thì giữa pháp thiện, bất thiện và cái hiểu về các pháp thì nó có cái sự liên kết với nhau. Con cảm nghe nó không có sự tách rời, mà con hơi thắc mắc một chút, hơi tò mò một chút là nếu ở cái thời điểm mà những cái người mà lúc cái thời mà chưa có Đức Phật thuyết giảng á, thì họ cũng phát triển về thiện pháp rất là cao ở cái mức độ thiền, thì cái thời điểm thiền như vậy là có phải là do cái quá trình họ cũng vun bồi thiện pháp và Samatha và Vipassana nó có cái sự liên kết với nhau, rồi một cái thời điểm nào đó chưa có Đức Phật ra đời thì nổi trội ở cái thời điểm đó thiện pháp họ phát triển ở cái mức mà cao nhất như vậy không ạ? Dạ, con xin hỏi như vậy. Dạ.
Good afternoon, Ajahn, John and Sarah. I'm sorry that I came in a little bit late, so I didn't quite follow the discussion, but I had a question because in the daily life, I think there's a connection between the understanding of the Dhamma and the kusala and akusala. But before the Buddha was born, there were some people with very high level of kusala, and especially at the moment of samatha or the jhana. So the question is they must have some accumulation of kusala before, and is because there's no teaching of the Buddha, so at that point the samatha is the highest level that they can attain. Is it correct or not?
It's correct. Very high level of kusala in order to attain jhanas, high degree of calm and relinquishment temporarily of attachment to sense objects. But what is the point? Because without hearing the Buddha's teachings about the truth of dhammas as conditioned and anatta, not belonging to them or anyone, there is no beginning of following the right path that leads to the end of the cycle of birth and death, the eradication of defilements. So even if in that life, very high degree of kusala, what about the next life? What about the life after that? Because each moment of kusala is temporary and then gone. The unwholesome accumulations and tendencies are suppressed, but they haven't been eradicated at all. So actually, not even the beginning of understanding of the truth of life, what is Dhamma, and the truth that whatever arises, even the highest jhana citas, are dukkha, unsatisfactory, because they arise and fall away. don't last at all. And clinging to those experiences, taking them for one's own. So there's no understanding about the truth of dukkha, the truth that whatever arises is conditioned and gone, not in anyone's control, not belonging to anyone. So this is why the Buddha taught the truth to anyone who could appreciate it, no matter whether they were those who had attained the highest jhanas or whether they were people who were murderers and led a bad life. But what was important was the understanding of the truth at this moment. So the aim is not to have particular attainments, but to develop the understanding of what is conditioned right now. And there cannot be any understanding of kusala as a dhamma, as anatta, without the beginning to understand what are dhammas, what are nama dhammas, what are rupa dhammas, what is life at this very moment. So this is why before the Buddha's teachings, there was no way to develop the understanding that led to the end of life in samsara at all. Even though those great attainments were taken for being the greatest realizations, they did not take those people any closer to the end of life in samsara, to understanding the danger of whatever is conditioned at this moment, no matter it's seeing or hearing or metta or dosa or jhana citta. Each one is dangerous because it's dukkha and because it's gone instantly, but it's the object of clinging again and again.
Dạ, con cũng hơi rõ một tí, mà con cũng cảm ơn cô Sarah. Nhưng mà cái duyên mà để hiểu thêm cái câu hỏi của con á, thì con có thể hiểu như vậy là dù ở mức độ như thế nào thì cái khởi nguồn của bắt đầu để mà hiểu về phát triển Samatha hay là Vipassana thì nó cũng có cái sự đan xen, đúng không ạ? Dạ. Mà tùy theo cái thời điểm để nó nổi trội ở cái mức độ trí của Vipassana hay là Samatha, đúng không ạ? Yeah.
Sorry, I would clarify one thing first. Chị ơi, cái sự đan xen là ý chị nói đan xen cái gì ạ?
Hà có thể nói là nó có sự liên kết với nhau á, nó không thể tách rời được, giống như ý Hà nói á. Hôm giờ Hà suy xét như vậy. Yeah. Nó có tùy thời điểm, mà ví dụ trong một cái kiếp sống đó đi, họ không thể phát triển toàn bộ Samatha mà không hiểu về các pháp thực tại.
Okay, so my question will start from my reflection that no matter what is the level of degree of understanding, but there should be a start, and there should be there is some connection or interconnection between samatha and vipassana. So probably maybe in one lifetime, the people cannot develop all the time samatha, but it depends on what is more prominent. I'm not sure if Chitam can help to make it more clearer, but I don't know how to.
So the question is, what is samatha? What is the reality of samatha? And is there samatha? Is there calmness now at this moment?
Dạ, Samatha thì là thực tại của nó là tâm sở an tịnh nè. Nhưng hiện tại thì con đang còn hoài nghi. Thời điểm này có hoài nghi, chưa có cái hiểu, cho nên chưa có an tịnh nè. Chứ không có. Yeah.
So my understanding is the samatha, in truth, it is the samadhi,
Pasadi.
pasadi
She said Pasadi
Chitasika. But at this moment, I have doubt, so cannot say that I have pasadi at this moment.
So at moment of doubt, no calmness. A moment of seeing or hearing, no calmness. At moment of clinging, wishing to have calmness, no calmness. But at any moment of kindness or generosity or understanding, calmness is there. And at moments of understanding a little bit about the truth as taught by the Buddha about Dhammas, calmness is there at those moments, being developed with understanding. So for those who understand more and more about the truths, about the realities of life at this moment, there is more and more understanding that whatever arises is conditioned. So less and less wishing for other realities to arise, such as more goodness or jhana citas or anything else, because there's more and more confidence that the path is about understanding just what appears at this moment. If there is doubt now, it's a Dhamma, it's conditioned. And at the moment of understanding the doubt as a Dhamma, not belonging to me or anyone, calmness is there already. One doesn't have to go looking for calmness because it arises by conditions, and the calmness with right understanding of the reality now is the higher calmness. So it develops together with understanding, more precious than the calmness that develops in samatha bhavana without any understanding of the truth of reality now.
Yes,
Dạ.
thank you, Sarah. I think that what I am going
Dạ
to
thưa
say.
con nghe. Dạ con cảm ơn và con cũng hiểu được cô Sarah chỉ dạy, nhưng mà có một cái điều con vẫn còn thắc mắc.
Yes,
Nó phải
thank
hiện
you.
lên.
Understand what you said, but I
Đây,
still
nó phải hiện lên cái dòng này cơ để cô chọn. Bao giờ cô bấm mà để hiện lên cái dòng này thì mới thôi. Sorry.
Yeah, với câu hỏi của chị Hà, chị nói lại câu hỏi của chị Hà đi. Yes, I still have question and I asked her to say the question again.
Cũng bắt đầu tại vì á là lúc nãy cô Sarah có chia sẻ là thực sự thì giá trị của những gì hiểu hiện giờ và cái thời điểm hiểu thì cũng có tâm sở an tịnh. Ở đây thì những cái điều cô Sarah vừa chia sẻ thì Hà rõ hết, Hà có hiểu, nhưng mà cái câu hỏi thì nó cũng vẫn còn thắc mắc là giống như cô Sarah kết luận lúc nãy là thực sự thì cái samatha thì nó cũng không có đem ra khỏi cái vòng sinh tử luân hồi, thì nó cũng không có ý nghĩa gì lắm, giá trị lắm. Nhưng mà cái thắc mắc của Hà ở đây á, là thấy cái sự mà hiểu về các pháp thực tại và samatha nó có sự liên kết với nhau, nó không có tách rời. Thì cái mức độ mà hiểu samatha dù nó không có giá trị, nhưng mà làm sao có thể tách rời mà có thể hiểu samatha thôi mà không có hiểu về các pháp thực tại á. Cái ý là vẫn
Translation?
Dạ,
Yes.
dạ.
So Tambak will try to say something that maybe it make clearer and give the context to ask question.
Yes. What I was about to say is I appreciate the point Ajahn and Sarah stressed that what we know about Kusala now is just a story. And unless there's a more precise understanding what is Nama, the reality that experiences, and Rupa, the reality that doesn't experience, we don't really know what Kusala is. So there has to be anyhow in order to have the real understanding of Kusala and Akusala, there has to be the understanding of Nama and Rupa. And who knows, in many lifetimes, when there's no the Buddha's teaching, at that time, there's more understanding of Kusala as Kusala. So I think that is what Kunha was trying to say as well, that also because the development of samatha, of vipassana is not separated from samatha, because every moment of understanding samatha is there, and somehow they are coupled, like when there is the development of vipassana, there's more understanding of what is kusala and akusala as well. I think it's what she was trying to say.
And the Buddha taught the truth to those with all kinds of accumulations and tendencies, those who had previously developed samatha to the level of jhana, those who were, as we discussed before, who drank alcohol and committed all kinds of bad deeds, to maidservants, to householders with lots of children. No matter what the accumulations, if there was the interest to understand the truth about the present moment, what appears now, then the Buddha would help those. They would listen and develop their understanding of the truths. So no rule at all about what was necessary, what accumulations. What was important was that just like now, we all have different habits and tendencies, but what is important is the sincere interest and consideration about the truth at this moment. If there's doubt now, or no calmness now, attachment now, these are just different conditioned realities to be understood as dhammas, not self at all. So this is a way there can be the gradual letting go of the ideas of rules or practices or what has to be known first and so on, by just considering and reflecting on the nature of different kinds of dhammas that make up life now. No one here, no one there. Perhaps Ajahn would like to add more again.
Without understanding, can there be more calmness? See, we just crave for something, but not enough understanding of the truth. At moment of being angry, would you like to have calm? At that very moment, any moment in life, daily life, natural life, can there be more moment of calmness when there is the understanding of calmness as it is not anyone at all? Even that is conditioned. Without understanding, there is attachment to something all the time. Even it's not the object seen or heard at all, but it craves for other things all the time, non-stop, through the 6 doorways. Is that moment calm. And if there's understanding of whatever is there, is it not calm? That's why learning to understand the truth of what is there as the object of craving or attaching. What is calm? See, why do we want to have calm? Calm is not understanding. It's just a reality which is wholesome, conditioned by other wholesome realities arising together. It cannot arise alone. And in daily life, at moment being friendly, is that not calm? So the moment of being friendly, because we see people all day, this one and that one, here and there. What about the citta, or at that moment, being friendly or unkind? See, calm is that moment. Without understanding, we expect to have very, very long moment of calmness. But what is that? What is the nature with its calmness? It is a reality, a cetasika, arising with other mental factors, cetasikas, which are wholesome, arising together, fall away together. So why don't you want to have other wholesome cetasika? Just calm. See? And can the calm condition, letting go of wrong understanding, ignorance about what is there now, its object of understanding, as long as there's no understanding of its truth, but it is just a reality arising by conditions and then gone. That's all. Would you like that state of calmness to be permanent? Impossible. And it's so short or long depending on conditions. So how long would you like to be calm, to be truthful? Not just wanting to be calm, but understand the nature of what is there, which is calm. What about the right understanding? It's not the reality which is calm, but it understands. So what is much better? Just be calm without any understanding of what is now appearing the whole day. Hearing, smelling, thinking, liking, disliking. Can it be known? Because it can be known when it's there, as not anyone. So the truth, the core of the teachings of the Buddha is the absolute truth, or the ultimate truth of this very moment. It's there, but no understanding of it. And it's there again, no understanding of it. But can that be the understanding of that which appears little by little? From hearing again and again and again, never enough to let go ignorance and attachment to that which is not known as it is, from life to life, endlessly. And at that moment, calm with understanding, calm without understanding, different. What is more precious? Just be calm without any understanding. Or at that moment of understanding, there is calm, but there is understanding. That's why before the enlightenment of the Buddha, no one knows the path leading to eradicate unwholesome realities, never to arise again. Not just want it to arise and become on and on and on. See, is it possible? And even it's so calm, it's gone. And depends on conditions, whether it arises again, of what degree, that's all. Just like anything arising and falling away, whatever arises falls away. So even calm is there, it falls away. And ignorance is there. That's why the best moment in life is the understanding of the truth and let go. Wrong understanding that wanting it seems it like permanent, so permanent that one likes to have it so much. but it's there by conditions and then gone. And what is more in life? Unknown realities, kusala or akusala. See, that's why just learn about the truth to understand what is calm. For example, it seems like we know kusala and akusala, attachment and aversion, as we know there is seeing right now. But is there any understanding of the truth of seeing? So is there any understanding of attachment? Is there any understanding of ignorance? It's just like seeing right now. No one, everyone says that they know seeing sees now, but no understanding of the truth. So we can say that anger is there now, like seeing is there now, but no understanding of the truth. So it is endless conditions, condition whatever arises on and on and on. Otherwise, we cannot appreciate the precious moment of understanding the truth, even just very little, but it's so true. No wrong understanding at all about the truth of it. What is there arises and falls away so very rapidly. That's why what appears is so many different things. In truth, how many moments of citta, the reality which experience the object, no matter that which arises is experience, and then the new one arises and experience, appearing as something what is true. So in truth, in order to understand what is there, which is the best thing to be known, what is taken for I now, is there any understanding of that which is I or taken as I? But actually, look for it, search it, find it. It cannot be found. There are only different realities, wholesome or unwholesome, as one knows. Like anger is known, attachment is known, seeing is known as is there, but no understanding of the truth. That's why the truth is so very subtle. The one who just listened to the teachings of the Buddha without appreciation of the subtlety of Dhammas right now never understand the truth. That's why in order to understand the truth that is there to be known, but without hearing, considering, very careful, again and again. And the most difficult is it has to be by conditions to understand the truth of anatta. Otherwise the I is there lurking somewhere, thinking about calmness, see, instead of understanding what is there now sees. And that moment of understanding, it's most precious to know that what is there does not appear as it is, true or not. The moment of rising and falling away with other citta in between does not appear at all, even just a moment. So it's so subtle that it takes time to have confidence of the truth. It can be known, but not just by oneself, try to make it known. Impossible. Only the understanding of the truth is there. So what is that? Which we used to think that I see, or what is seen as something. The truth is that they are all gone. Is that true? Just have confidence of the truth on and on and on. And that is the moment of letting go, little by little, on and on and on. Very secretly, very deeply that it's there, works its way to understand the truth, no expectation. So when there's time for the moment to realize the truth, can anyone know beforehand? Impossible. That's why what appears shows the unnothingness of the truth more and more, beyond expectation. That's why without understanding of the truth right now, We just learn about the moment when it is realization, but doubt is there as long as how come to be that moment without understanding what is there now, as it is so natural. So now, does anyone want to be calm? Or is there wanting to be calm? But it's not anyone. It's just a reality which whenever it arises, it is attached to something which is there as the object. From now on, and then on and on, as long as there are conditions, ignorance and attachment for something, see, not understanding that at moment of understanding is calm with understanding, while the other moment it can be only calmness without right understanding. For example, at moment of giving, no understanding the truth, that actually what is that very moment which is not there as something at all, just the process of arising and falling away, so very deeply on and on, appearing as someone and something in life, from life to life. So understanding is the best reality among all other conditioned realities, because it can understand what is there as it is. Seeing is there, but what is it? Hearing is there, what is it? Liking is there, what is it? See, begin to understand the nature of it. And that is the moment of letting go of ignorance and attachment and wrong understanding gradually. This is the only path to understand what is there now. Because at moment of realization, it has to be just like now. But understanding is there, little by little, stage by stage. Pariyati of the Four Noble Truth, 3 rounds. See, what round is there now? About the 4, especially the 4th one, the path leading to understanding with letting go, because understanding lets go of ignorance and attachment unexpectedly. So it just naturally, like now, no matter one is standing, eating, driving, or any time. Anyone would like to have more calmness? Or it just by conditions, but it cannot let go, ignorance and attachment at all. But it's there, arising together with the moment of understanding. Each one is different. Right understanding is not awareness, it's not mindfulness or attention to what is there, little by little, as it is. So what we learned, how can it be proved that it's there as it is? Only the understanding of what is there now is the proof of how much understanding from learning about it from the book, from the teachings of the Buddha. As there's no attention to that which sees as just a reality, can it be moment of experiencing just one reality at a time? Because seeing is not that which is seen, and it's there now, and where it's right understanding of what of this moment. Just learn to understand the truth. And that is the subtlety of the path, developing gradually to experience directly what is there now, as Panya has developed enough. The proof is this moment, and the truth is there now, so close. We're seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking, liking, disliking, not far from where it is, so close. So what is there? Touching, what we take for body, is there, so close, unknown. But we learned about it in order just to be getting closer to the truth, which is there. And the truth is that when it appears, there's nothing, only that reality which appears to be known. No body, no bed, no chair, no one, no thing. And without understanding prayati, there can never be patipatti, there can never be pativeda, realizing the truth, stage by stage, deeper and deeper and deeper, to the moment when it's there, so close, arising and falling away. Better than calmness without understanding. Is it right? Is it calm now at moment of understanding? No one and nothing at all. And when there's no understanding, ignorance is there with attachment and wrong understanding about the truth. It's gone. But no understanding. Keep on thinking that it's there to be attached to. Never let go. Is this true? And that is the development of understanding, the path leading to understand more and more of the truth of what is there. Seeing, not hearing. And when there's no awareness of seeing, how can there be awareness of hearing or other moments, which follows different moments to be known? Now they seem like they are together, not different moments, but the truth is that different moments. Is it calm now at moment of understanding the truth?
Dạ có thời điểm có một chút suy xét hiểu ạ, có sự an tịnh ạ.
Yes, there is passaddhi at the moment of understanding, Ajahn.
The word passaddhi, or do we need to say passaddhi, that is known, or just the nature of that reality?
Bản chất thực tại nó đã ở đó rồi ạ.
Just the nature of reality already there.
So it can be known at moment of saying passaddhi. Is it calm? It has to be so true to the truth. Otherwise, it's I lurking.
Dạ, thưa, nãy giờ con được nghe Achan dạy rất là giá trị và bổ ích và con cũng thấy thêm một điều nữa là những nãy giờ con được nghe và con hiểu hơn một chút thì con càng thấy rõ là cái sự phát triển an tịnh và Vipassana nó không thể tách rời được, thì con vẫn thấy điều đó ạ. Dạ.
Yes, thank you, Achan, for all the very valuable and useful sharing and teaching. And from what I heard and understood, I understand that the development of Passaddhi and Vipassana and understanding, they go together.
Và con hiểu thêm có thể là cái sự phát triển về an tịnh thôi á, thì như thời điểm mà Achan vừa chỉ dạy là thời điểm mà hiểu phát triển và an tịnh thôi, thì nó chẳng hạn như thời điểm bố thí đi, thì sự an tịnh đó thì có thể nó có, nhưng mà nó không có duyên để mà có trí tuệ. Nhưng có lúc mà có trí tuệ thì có an tịnh, nhưng mà cái thời điểm có thể là người ta phát triển về an tịnh thôi á, thì liên tục về cái phát triển an tịnh đó, cho nên nó mới có một cái mức độ trí cao hơn. Tại vì con chưa có được nghiên cứu về an tịnh, và con cũng có thể là con được nghe ở thời điểm này về giáo lý của Đức Phật, cho nên con cũng không hiểu được cái con đường Samatha riêng, nó tách rời, cho nên là con hiểu như vậy, không biết là có đúng không ạ? Yeah.
Yes, my understanding is from that. For example, at the moment of dana, then Passaddhi is there, but there may not be condition for panya. But there would be other moments that there can be condition for panya to be there. But for samatha, talking about samatha, and there's continuous or more and more moment of passaddhi or samatha, I think that they have a higher level of understanding. I do not know much about the part of development of samatha, so that is what I understand of the samatha. So can Ajahn more?
What's the meaning of bhavana? See, we just talk about samatha bhavana and vipassana bhavana, but why is samatha bhavana and why it is vipassana bhavana? See, can anyone just sit and try to be calm, or it's the moment?
Dạ không.
You cannot, Ajahn.
That's why understanding what is samatha and understand it in daily life, as long as there are attachment and ignorance, there cannot be samatha bhavana, because samatha is moment of wholesomeness. There is not just passaddhi cetasika, there are also other wholesome cetasikas arising together. But why do we want just to know or think about passaddhi cetasika only? Why? See?
Tại vì con đường học, tại có hai con đường dạ, mà có hai cách phát triển về tâm trí samatha và vipassana, và nổi trội là tâm sở an tịnh của con đường samatha. Yeah.
Yes, because I read or learned that there are two ways of development of bhavana, samatha and vipassana. And in the samatha bhavana, what is more prominent is passaddhi.
But why does one want to to have samatha bhavana? Why does one want to be samatha bhavana or
Dạ
vipassana
thưa
bhavana?
con không có muốn có à. Dạ con chỉ thắc mắc là con hai con đường đó tại sao nó lại tách rời nhau thôi à.
Yeah, I don't have a particular interest to develop samatha bhavana, but I just curious why the two parts are separated.
Because samatha is the development of wholesome moment, strong enough not to see or to hear the sensuous object which is conditioned for ignorance to be attached.
Dạ.
So there are many objects of moment of being calm, but there has to be the understanding of the moment of calm, whether it's real calm or just the moment of no calm, but take it for calmness when there's no understanding of that very moment. Want to be calm or understanding calmness, what the nature of calm is.
Dạ chỉ muốn hiểu thôi ạ.
Yeah, I just want to understand.
Okay, is there calmness now? Without understanding,
Dạ có
can
ạ.
it be?
Yes, there is now.
That's why learn to understand first of all what is calm, what is its nature. Is it Dhamma? Is it a conditioned reality?
Yeah.
No one there at all. At moment of being calm without understanding, it's I, right? Not what Buddha taught about all Dhamma, anatta. So who knows better than anyone in the universe? Understanding the true nature of what is there as it is. And people misunderstanding that moment as being calm, but in truth, it's not at all. So without learning to understand the truth of calmness, can it be more moments of calmness? To be samatha bhavana, the development of calmness. So why there's no calmness
Dạ,
now?
Ajahn có thể nhắc lại câu hỏi không ạ? Dạ.
Ajahn, can you repeat the question?
Can there be calmness now?
Hiện giờ không ạ. Con đang phân vân ạ.
No, there is no calm at the moment. At this moment, I have confusion.
See, because of no understanding. Of calmness.
Dạ.
Yes, Ajahn.
Why people are so interested in samatha bhavana? See, for oneself, see, no understanding of the truth, to be the goal of listening about the truth of this moment, to let go of wrong understanding and ignorance and cling to whatever is there as something, samatha and so on, people and things and so on. no understanding of the truth. And it's not permanent. Why does one want such impermanent reality? Ignorance.
Dạ đúng ạ.
Yes, it is true.
Xin trân Ajahn ạ. Dạ, rất là giá trị ạ.
Thank you very much, Ajahn, for this
So,
valuable teaching.
Chút rồi ạ.
So understanding samatha or whatever, seeing, hearing, smelling, is just to understand the absolute truth, not just only particular, wanting to have understanding of this and that, but whatever is there is wrong understanding about it as it's something or someone, no matter calmness or whatever. So do you still want to develop calmness, samatha bhavana? Or it's just like any moment, gone? There is attachment seeing to that which is seen, and there is attachment to calmness, like attachment to whatever appearing. And attachment is the second noble truth. To be eradicated. Otherwise, the truth cannot be known at all. So the truth can be considered whether there is attachment to seeing right now and the attachment to samatha, what is more or what is there? The same. Attachment is attachment.
And getting back to the start of the discussion about kusala and akusala, it's just the same. Often we'd like to know what is kusala, what is akusala, and the clinging is there, trying to find out, trying to know, taking it for my kusala or akusala or the others. So because we think we're studying the Dhamma, we think that it's good, wholesome study, but actually the clinging is there so quickly, trying to know, trying to work it out, trying to catch it, trying to think about whether I have more or less wholesome effort or chanda, or whether the crying was with kusala or akusala jittas, and so on. Actually, it's all the story about I, not the understanding of Dhamma appearing now as just Dhamma of no consequence and gone instantly. So attachment is the lurking partner arising so quickly after seeing, hearing, after kusala, akusala, all the time, ready to cling to whatever we are interested in at the moment, whether it's calmness or whether it's tears or whether it's kusala or whether it's metta, trying to pinpoint, trying to know, wishing to have more of what is good. So this is why the Dhamma is so subtle, and there has to be the letting go of clinging to what appears in order for understanding to develop, letting go of the idea that whatever arises, the seeing or the calmness, letting go of the idea that it's mine or anyone else's.
Cảm ơn cô Sarah.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
Anyway, these are very good topics that you've brought up today. Thank you, Ha and Carmen, everyone.
Dạ, cả nhà mình có ai muốn
So there can be a little more firmness, more confidence
có
of
thể
the truth.
có thể Please go on, Ajahn.
No matter what is there, whether it's understanding or misunderstanding, calmness or seeing or hearing or thinking, they are object of attachment and ignorance. Until right understanding begins to develop to see the truth of our reality as it is, closer and closer to understand the nature of anothernness and Dhamma, no one there at all. And this is the only way to penetrate the truth of this moment, which arises and falls away, or our different realities by different conditions. That's all in life, no matter from birth to death, and continue on and on and on and on. What is there without understanding? It's the object of attachment, not just only calmness, but even seeing right now, or whatever is there, exactly the same. Only different realities by different conditions, unknown, so it's the object of attachment and wrong understanding, taking it for something and someone and I all the time. So all dhammas are anatta, all the same anatta. No matter it's calmness or seeing or hearing or whatever, if it's not known as it is, there must be ignorance, attachment, and doubt about the truth of what is there now, that it can be known as we have heard. All Dhammas
Thank you so much, Ajahn and John and Sarah. Anumodana. Satika and Ajahn.
Xin trân cô Sarah cùng tổ dịch.
Sawasdee krap, Ajahn.